Before my mother died, she told me that I had three biological brothers. So I went to the city with my snakes and bag on my back to look for my brothers. But when I got to the city, I found out that my brothers Worf and Antelope Starts, top stars, and Eastport's geniuses. Before my mother died, she told me, Yun Yun, when I was pregnant with you, your father cheated on me. I wanted to take you for siblings away together, but I didn't have a job at that time, and I couldn't get custody from them. Fortunately, their family favors boys over girls, so I was able to take you away. Now that my mother is dying, you go find your brothers. After settling my mother's funeral, I carried my snakes and bag on my back and went to the city. But the big city is bustling with traffic, and there are more people than ants in our mountains. I didn't know where to find my three brothers who I had never met. In the end, I could only follow the teachings of my teacher since I was a child, find the police uncle if there is something. So I took my household registration book to the police station. I told the police the names of my three brothers that my mother gave me, but the police looked at me with a subtle look. But they still quickly got the job done. We have contacted your eldest brother, and he will come to pick you up soon. I waited for my brother obediently at the door of the police station, and there was another boy waiting with me. The boy looked about the same age as me, but he had a flat head and tattoos and looked like a gangster. He took the initiative to talk to me. Girl, are you waiting for your family to pick you up? Coincidentally, so am I. I did something wrong and beat someone up and put him in the hospital. The other party wants compensation, but my family is rich, so we can get it done in no time. I didn't understand why he said this to me, so I could only smile politely. Until a black car stopped in front of him, the flat-headed man whistled at me. See? My car, Land Rover, worth millions. Oh, girl, and Rover worth millions. Oh, girl, what car does your family doctor? I answered balefully. Angler flat. I answered truthfully. I don't know what car he drives. The flat-headed man glanced at my snakes and bag and smiled knowingly. No car, right? It's okay, sister. Wait for your family to come and I'll take you home. Don't worry, I'm not a bad person. I suddenly realized that he wanted to pick me up. I was about to speak, but another car drove over and the flat-headed man was instantly attracted. Oh my God, Rolls-Royce. His eyes sparkled. It's a limited edition. I asked without hesitation, is this car more expensive? Of course, tens of millions. I don't know who is so rich. Before the flat-headed man finished speaking, the car stopped in front of me. The passenger seat opened, and a young, handsome man walked out. Excuse me, are you Miss Song Yun Yun? I looked at the man in front of me and came to my senses. Is this my eldest brother? Brother! With tears in my eyes, I wanted to throw myself into the arms of the man in front of me and have a touching brother-sister recognition. But the man took a step back in panic. No, no, Miss Yin Yun, I'm not your eldest brother, I'm his assistant. My tears burst out in an instant, and then I saw an colder. He walked up to me and whispered, Song Yunmiang, I'm your eldest brother, Lucy Ai. Because I had mistaken the person just now, I couldn't keep up with my emotions all of a sudden, and I could only stammer, hello, eldest brother. The atmosphere was a bit awkward, but fortunately my eldest brother didn't mind and let me get in the car direct. I wanted to say goodbye to the flat-headed guy, but I found that he was shaking for some reason. City people are really strange. In the car, my eldest brother, who looked very rich, told me that my scumbag father had died of illness many years ago. But my eldest brother didn't seem sad when he said this. Father lived to us, and mother died of stocia when she gave birth to you, so we didn't know the hardships you and mother had suffered over the years. Yun Yun, I'm sorry, eldest brother will take good care of you in the future. I looked at my eldest brother and felt satisfied. Not bad. This eldest brother is easy to get along with, unreliable. I wonder what my other two brothers are like. I was looking forward to it. But when I got home and saw my second brother, my expectations were shattered. I saw my second brother with messy hair and stubble on his face, yawning as he walked down the stairs of the villa. Is this our sister? He came over with interest and grinned at me. Hello, I'm your second brother. He showed a smile that he thought was charming, but my eldest brother pushed him away with disdain. You've been lying at home for a day. Have you washed your face? My second brother looked aggrieved. Didn't I just wake up and rush to see my sister? I felt desperate when I heard it, lying at home for a day. So my second brother is a stay-at-home. Never mind, it's enough to have a promising eldest brother. People shouldn't be too greedy. The next day, my eldest brother arranged for me to go to school. Your third brother is in the same school as you, but he went abroad recently. When he comes back, you will go to school together. I nodded obediently, put on my school bag, and went to school. But I didn't expect that when I arrived in the classroom, I saw a familiar face, Xiao Zhu. The person in front of me was Wang Zhu, who lived next door to my house when I was a child. 5 years ago, she came to the city with her parents. I didn't expect that we would meet here, Song Yunyan. Unlike my surprise, Wang Zhu was panicked when she saw me. The classmate next to her asked her, "Hey, Wang Zhu, do you know the transfer student?" No, Wang Zhu said in panic. She transferred from the countryside. How could I know her? I frowned. But Wang Zhu ignored me and just chatted with those girls. Okay, let's ignore her. Come and take a look at my newly bought Brothers magazine, handsome or not. I looked at the magazine in Wang Zu's hand and was stunned for a moment. I saw the man in a white shirt on the cover of the magazine. How could he look so much like my second brother who stayed at home? It's just that the whole dress and temperament are completely different, so I am a little unsure. So I couldn't help but point to the magazine. This is. The female classmate said proudly, "You don't chase stars in the countryside. You don't even know Lu Yuanzi. He is the top star now." Good guy, the name is right. It's really my second brother who stayed at home. Wang Zhu obviously didn't want me to join the discussion. Hey, why are you telling you to join him this? How could he know brother Yuanzi? I was a little unhappy when I heard this. I know him. He's my brother. The classroom was quiet. And then those girls laughed. Song Yun Yun Yun. I didn't expect you to be a fan. Yes, brother Yuan's I. Since we are both cicadas, we are family. Those girls' words were inexplicable, and I couldn't understand them, but I could also realize that this brother was not that brother, so I corrected. He is my real brother. So everyone was suddenly quiet again and then burst into laughter. Wang Zhu was even more exaggerated, slapping the table. Lu Yuan Zhi is your real brother? Sang Yun Yu, you are so bold. Why don't you say that we are the new richest man? Lu's Yi is your brother? I was immediately shocked. How do you know Lu's Yi is also my brother? I didn't expect that Wang Zhu was so powerful that she even knew the identity of my eldest brother. The classmates, this time they were not laughing. Instead, they just huddled together with some disgust. Does this transfer student have delusions? He fantasizes that all the male gods are his brothers. Didn't he say he was from the mountains? In my opinion, he has been in the mountains for too long and his brain is problematic. Listening to their discussions, I once again felt the wonder of city people, why no one believes the truth after school. Wang Zhu called me Sang Yun Yin. She looked at me with a warning. You must not tell others that I am from the countryside like you otherwise. Believe it or not, I will be rude to you. I finally knew why Wang Zhu was so flustered when he saw me. I looked at him with a smile, but this is the fact. Will it change the fact if I don't say it? Wang Zhu was anxious, I tell you. My boyfriend is the best fighter in our grade. If you offend me, be careful that I will let him beat you up. As he said that, he saw the figure behind me. His eyes lit up. Figure behind me. His eyes lit up. My boyfriend is here. As he said that, he immediately ran behind me, took a boy's arm, and said delicately, "Dear, this transfer student always pesters me, so annoying. Can you help me warn him?" I looked up and saw his boyfriend. Oh, it turned out to be another acquaintance, the flat-headed guy. I met our acquaintance. Stop. The flat-headed guy. I only heard the flat-headed guy made no problem. As he said that, he turned his head cut. Before Wang Zhu finished her words, Yu hurriedly walked up to me and bowed. "Sister, I didn't expect you to be in our school, sister." I was a little confused. Are people in this city so casual in addressing each other? Yesterday she called me sister, and today she called me sister. Wang Zhu was even more shocked than me. "What are you doing to Sang Yun Yan?" Yu nervously made a gesture to her to shut up. Wang Zhu was so angry that she burst into tears. You useless person! I will never talk to you again. With that, she ran away. The flat-headed guy was still apologizing to me nervously. Sister, he is immature and doesn't know you are Lu's Yi's sister. Don't worry about it. I raised my eyebrows. Do you know my elder brother? Just kidding. How can I not know our richest man and financial upstart Lu's Yi? The flap-headed guy realized something and quickly lowered his voice and said, Speaking of which, sister, why don't you tell others that you are Lu's Yi's sister? I know. Do you want to you are Lu's Yi's sister? I know. Do you want to keep a low profile? Don't worry, we'll bet flat you worry. Before I could even open my mouth, he had already answered his own questions. Me, okay, then it's up to you. A few days later, Wang Zhu and the others were very excited. I learned from their conversation that it turned out that my second brother was going to have a concert. One of the girls came over and asked me, Yun, don't you like Liu on ZHI too? Do you want to go to the concert together? I didn't expect them to ask me out, and thinking it would be nice to make friends with everyone, I nodded. Okay, but the tickets. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I was thinking about asking my second brother for tickets, but since the other party said that, I didn't say anything. In the evening, the driver took me to the stadium where the concert was held, and I met up with Wang Zhu and the others. But as soon as they saw me, they asked me, Song Yuan, where is your ticket? I looked at the girl strangely. Didn't you say I don't have to worry? The girl looked innocent. Oh, what I mean is, didn't you say you are Lu Yuan's ZHI's sister? Then it would be easy for you to get a ticket, so don't worry. I saw Wang Zhu and the others laughing. It turned out that they were deliberately making fun of me. Wang Zhu laughed as she checked her tickets and went in. I stood at the door, took out my phone and called my second brother. Second brother, I'm at the door of your concert. Can you pick me up? Second brother quickly sent his agent to pick me up and put me in her dressing room. I have to say, second brother is really handsome today, completely different from the sloppy look I saw on the first day. He touched my head and said, Be good, second brother will work first, and I will take you to the hotel to eat delicious food later. Second brother went on stage soon, and I stayed in the dressing room to do my homework. During the break, the girl who asked me out called me and asked hypocritically, Yuan, did you get the ticket? Before I could answer, Wang Zhu's mocking voice rang on the phone. How could he get the ticket? I guess he was crying at the door. They laughed together, and I felt that chatting with such a person seemed to be a waste of my precious time, so I hung up the phone and continued to do my homework. At midnight, the second brother's concert finally ended. Yun, I'm not going home today. I am staying in a hotel. You can come back with me. I've already booked a room for you. I got into the nanny car with my second brother, and the car quickly stopped at the hotel. My second brother just opened the car door for me to get out of the car, but my agent suddenly shouted nervously, Wait, isn't our hotel information confidential? Why are there fans waiting here? I was stunned, and when I looked up, I found that there was a large group of girls gathered at the door of the hotel, and some of them looked familiar. At this time, the girls also saw my second brother's car, and they immediately rushed over screaming, Ah, brother Yuan's IHI. When they rushed over, I realized that Wang Zui and the others were actually inside. They came over with light signs full of joy, but the next second, they saw me being helped out of the car by my second brother. I saw their faces freeze instantly, looking at the terrified expressions of Wang Zhu and the others. To be honest, I felt a little refreshed. But before I could enjoy myself for too long, other fans also saw me, and they immediately exploded. Brother, who is he? Brother, why is there a woman in your car? They held me questioned, as if they were not fans of my second brother, but my biological second sister-in-law. My second brother was about to speak, but he didn't expect the agent next to him to be faster. He says, My cousin. He said, First, her parents are busy, so they entrusted her to me today, and I will bring her to meet you on IHI. The fans quickly accepted this statement, but they still grumbled unhappily, Brother agent, you abuse your power for personal gain and help your cousin chase stars. Yes, but I'm so envious. Why don't I have an agent cousin? Wang Zhu and the others looked at my expression and worse in two flames. But apart from them, other fans still paid more attention to my second brother. I saw that each of them brought letters and gifts, and they rushed to give them to my second brother. My second brother refused all the gifts, but accepted the letter, signed and took a photo, and then walked into the hotel. When we got to the hotel room, the agent hurriedly apologized to me. I'm sorry, Miss Yun Yun. I just lied and said you are my cousin, but I'm also worried about you. You know that Yuan Ziyech not only has many fans, but also many haters. If people know that you are his sister, I'm afraid it will cause inconvenience to your life. Compared with the agent's caution, my second brother looked nonchalant. It's not that exaggerated, Yun Yun. Don't listen to him. If others ask, just tell the truth that you are my sister. I thought to myself, I told the truth, but no one believed it. The next day, I went to school as usual. As soon as I arrived at the classroom, Wang Zhu and the others surrounded me enthusiastically. Yun Yun, after all this time, your brother is Yuan Zihi's agent. No wonder you said Yuan Zihi is your real brother, rounding it off, right? That's right. Although you're a little boastful, we don't blame you. Although you're a little boastful, we don't blame you. So Yuan Zihi is, cicadas. We can stand. Yes, we can still be friends. Yes, you have to help us get benefit the benefits. If you have to help us get benefits, the economists that yes, you help us get benefit. The researchers to meet brother you want the extras to meet where's to me for asking me for help with trusting me for help with standing expression. Be asking me as if asking me for help was a charity for help was a charity in me. Song Yin Yin. Wang Zhou shouted first. We are giving you face by talking to a bumpkin like you, so don't be shameless. But I remained calm. You guys are so thick-skinned. I really don't want it. Wang Zhu was completely furious, and even wanted to be furious, and even wanted to reach out to push me. But I have been working in the mountains since I was a child, and I am much more dexterous than Wang Zhu, who moved to the city a long time ago, and I dodged it immediately. But man proposes, God disposes. There was someone behind me. I dodged and bumped into the other person. Sorry. I turned my head and apologized quickly, but I found that the person standing behind me was but I found that only then did I see clearly that the person standing in front of me was a boy. He is a very good-looking boy with a bit of unruly feeling, which is definitely the type that girls of this age like most. He looked down at the milk tea on his chest, and his face darkened. I heard Wang Zhu and others behind me talking excitedly in low voices. Song Yun Yun actually offended Lu Xing. She is finished. You know, the last person who bumped into Lu Xing was directly scared to transfer to another school. Wang Zhu and others' voices were full of gloating. But I was stunned. They said, "What is the name of this boy? Lu Xing? Isn't that the name of my third brother, who I haven't met yet?" I was dumbfounded, and Lu Xing had already leaned over to me. Then I saw a curve at the corner of his mouth. I haven't seen it before, a transfer student. He looks interested. He looks pretty good. What's your name? I looked at the boy in front of me in shock, and it took me several seconds to react. Am I being teased? Or by my own brother? I answered truthfully, my name is Song Yun. Song Yun Yun. Lu Xing frowned. Why do I feel this name is familiar? Obviously, although Lu Xing had never seen me, my eldest brother had told him my name. So I kindly reminded him. Maybe you have heard it at home? Lu Xing was stunned, but then he realized something and his face gradually became terrified. I was afraid that he would not remember and was about to continue to remind him. I am actually your cousin. But before I could finish my words, Lu Xing suddenly grabbed me and left the classroom. When we came to the empty corridor, Lu Xing let go of me and asked nervously, Song Yun Yun, does anyone in the school know that I am your brother? I shook my head. Lu Xing was relieved, and then he asked me, do they know who your eldest and second brothers are? I told them, but no one believed me. Before I could finish my words, Lu Xing said nervously, then you want to know that I am your brother. I looked at Lu Xing in confusion. Why? Because I don't want people to know that I am Lu Yuan's younger brother. Lu Xing looked irritable. It's okay to let people know that I am the eldest brother and younger brother, but the second brother has so many fans. I will be annoyed to death. As he said, Lu Xing looked at me with a warning. Anyway, in school, my third brother is so fierce. In the following days, I keenly discovered that Wang Zhu's hostility towards me became even stronger. I asked other classmates and finally figured out some things. It turned out that in addition to being a student, Lu Xing was also a first-line esports player of a popular game. He went abroad a while ago to participate in the competition. Because of the competition, he took a year off from school. So, although he is 1 year older than me, he is still in the same class with me. Lu Xing is good looking and can play games, so he is very popular in school. Many girls like him, including Wang Zhu. This is why Wang Zhu hates me even more. I also asked about the relationship between my three brothers, and then I found out, although everyone knows my three brothers, no one knows that they are brothers. So I decided to inherit the good tradition of my brothers, keep a low profile. More than a month passed quickly, and I adapted well to the new life. Except for Wang Zhu and a few others, other classmates are easy to get along with. I adapted to going to class with everyone, buying milk tea together and discussing celebrities and TV series together. My desk mate also started to teach me to play a mobile game called Chicken Eating. It is said that this game also has a computer version, and Lu Xing is an esports player of this computer game. It was my first time playing a game, so I was a little addicted, but unfortunately my skills could not keep up with my enthusiasm, and it was very lagging. That night I was playing games in the living room. My desk mate asked people to form a team in the class group. Unexpectedly, Wang Zhu and her best IE agreed. So the four of us played in a four-person team. Wang Zhu found the right opportunity and tried her best to taunt me in the team voice. Song Yin, are you an idiot? You can't beat people with pistols even with a rifle, Song Yin. Can you stop holding us back? You're really stupid. I didn't bring headphones, so these taunts rang out in the living room. I just wanted to treat her as a dog barking, and I didn't even bother to turn on the microphone, but I didn't expect someone couldn't listen to it anymore. Song Yuan, do you let people say that to you? A voice of disappointment rang out from behind me. I turned around and saw that it was Lu Xing who was standing behind me. I blinked innocently, but I'm really bad at playing. Lu Xing looked even angrier. Get out of the way. He sat down next to me. After this game's over, I'll play in a four-person team with you guys. I was stunned. Aren't you afraid that people will know you're my brother? I can use a small account so they don't know my identity, right? Lucy Ming looked impatient. Stop talking nonsense. Your game is over. Hurry up and pull me. I couldn't get Lucy Ming to do it, so I could only tell my desk mate. My brother wants to play together, of course. I didn't say my brother was Lucy Ming. The class monitor quickly went offline, and I pulled Lucy Ming's small account and played in a four-person team again. Wang Zhu didn't know that she was playing in a four-person team with her crush, and she was still attacking and taunting indiscriminately. Hey, Song Yun's brother, isn't he also an idiot in the game? We can't carry your trash. Before Wang Zhu finished speaking, she was interrupted by gunshots. Lu Xing had killed someone directly. Wang Zhu was instantly stuck, and before she could react, bang, 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 Lu Xing had already killed a team of people. Even through the phone, I could feel Wang Zhu's shock from the silence. Although Lu Xing is a computer game player, it is obviously a dimensionality reduction attack from the computer to the phone. In addition, his trumpet and our trumpet are not very good, so it is a one-sided massacre. After 20 minutes, the battle ended and we ate chicken, but Wang Zhu, her girlfriend, and I did nothing, just listening to the gunshot. As soon as the game ended, Wang Zhu immediately went offline in disgrace, while Lu Xing raised his hand and rubbed my head hard. Remember, he said coldly, Lu Xing's sister will never be bullied in the game. After the game, I changed my view of Lu Xing. I realized that he was actually quite good to me. For example, if I got up late in the morning, he would help me pack breakfast. For example, on rainy days, he would remember to help me put an umbrella. A standard sharp tongue and soft heart. He often took me to play games later, and under his disgusting guidance, my game level improved by leaps and bounds. I enjoyed the pleasure of being secretly led by the great Lu Xing, but I didn't expect that Lu Xing's vest was suddenly exposed. This was unlucky. Lu Xing would occasionally use his big account in mobile games to lead classmates in the class, but when he went online that day, he forgot to switch accounts and was seen leading my small account. The whole class exploded. Oh my God. It turns out that the mysterious great player who plays games with Song Yunyan every day is Lu Xining. Oh my God. If I remember correctly, Song Yunyan plays games with that great player almost every day, right? So they are in love from that day on. I became a celebrity in the school. Countless girls came to our class specifically to see what the little vixen who seduced the school grass Lu Xining, looked like. I just felt so innocent about this. I wanted to tell them loudly, sisters, I'm not your enemy, but the sister-in-law in your dreams. But under Lu Xing's threat, I didn't dare to say it. Among all people, it was obviously Wang Zhu who was most hostile to me. The look on her face when she looked at me every day was as if she wanted to eat me. Not only that, she whispered with her followers every day, as if they were plotting something. 3 days later, I finally knew what she was plotting. I was on the trending search when my desk mate told me in panic that Liuan's eyes completely confused. What's going on? Has the fact that I am Liu Yuanji's sister been exposed? But when I opened the trending search, I found that it was not the case. On the day of the concert, I was photographed riding in my second brother's nanny car back to the hotel, and photos were posted on. My second brother's fans were all shocked. Everyone thought that Lu Yuanji's house collapsed, and I was the sister-in-law who made their house collapse. Of course, there were present that day who came out to explain that I was the cousin of my second brother's agent. But the embarrassing thing is that netizens these days are all reincarnations of Sherlock Holmes. They dug up my second brother's agent and came to a conclusion. Both the agent's parents are only children, so where does the cousin come from? The agent must have lied on purpose, so my identity as sister-in-law was further confirmed. And my classmates at school obviously had a better understanding of the gossip than the netizens. What's going on? So Song Yunyan is the timing, dating Lu Xining while also dating Lu Yuanji at the hotel. Why I hate it so much? Why he is just a country bumpkin? How can he date Lu Xining and Lu Yuanji? Not to mention my classmates. I was shocked my classmates. I was shocked myself. I really didn't expect that I, who was born solo, would be involved in a scandals, that would be involved in the scandals at once, and the male protagonists in these scandals were both my brothers. I looked at my third Leslie, wanting to ask him now that things have come to this. Can I make our relationship as siblings to mace? Can I make our ignis? The dean pointed at my nose and yelled, You are in love early and have a scandal with people in society? Call your parents quickly. Before I could speak, my third brother behind me couldn't help but frown. Dean, this matters actually. But before he finished speaking, he was interrupted by the dean's yelling, Lu Xining, you too. Call your parents too. The dean's lethality was too strong. Lu Xining and I could only make a phone call obediently. Our parents were both dead, and it was obvious that the only parent we could call was our eldest brother. While waiting for our eldest brother, the dean called the two of us to the corridor at the entrance of the class and scolded us. You are so young. Why do you have to learn other things to fall in love? Is this what you should do at your age? That dean, we are not in love. We are actually. It's not enough to make a mistake, but you still don't admit your mistakes. And this is your bigger problem. The dean's mouth was like a machine gun, and he didn't give Lu Xining and I any chance to explain. The other students didn't care about the class and leaned against the window to watch the show. Until suddenly a classmate exclaimed, Oh my God, limited edition Rolls Royce. Everyone turned their eyes to the road downstairs. A black car slowly stopped, and a sharp-eyed boy recognized it. Wait, I remember this limited edition Rolls Royce. There is only one in the country, and the owner. Before the boy finished speaking, the car door opened and a slender figure walked down. It was my eldest brother. Everyone recognized his identity and gasped, Lu Ziyi? Why is he here? While we were talking, my eldest brother had already gone upstairs and arrived at the door of our classroom. He politely said to the dean, Hello, Teacher Wang. After he said this, everyone realized what was going on and started to get excited. Wait, is Lu Ziyi called here as a parent? Whose parent is he? Are you stupid? His last name is Lu, and Lu Xining's last name is also Lu. He is obviously Lu Xining's brother. Oh my God, it turns out that Lu Xining's brother is Lu Xiyi. I turned to look at my third brother and saw that his face was full of despair. How could he not be desperate? The life experience that had been hidden for so long was exposed just like that. The dean of teaching also came back to his senses at this time. It was probably because the elder brother's aura was too strong. The dean of teaching lost his previous arrogance and even stuttered a little. Mister, Lucy, you are Lu Ing's brother, right? Okay, let's wait for Song Yuyun's parents to come and I will talk together. As he said that, the dean of teaching looked at me and instantly restored his loud voice just now. Song Yun, where are your parents? Why haven't they come yet? I felt very innocent, dean. My parents have arrived. The dean was stunned. Arrived? Where, as he said, that he stuck his head out and wanted to find other figures, but he didn't expect the elder brother behind him to speak lightly. Dean, Song Yun's parent is also me. The whole corridor was quiet from the dean of teaching to the students who were eating melons next to him. Everyone was stunned. There was no way, mainly because the three words, also me from the elder brother, were short and powerful, but the amount of information was huge, and it really took people some time to digest it well. The old ones are the wisest. In the end, it was the dean who came to his senses first and stammered, "Wait, mister. Lu, are you saying that you are Song Yun's brother and Lu Ing's brother?" "So they are. They are biological siblings." The eldest brother considerately finished his words for him. "So, Mr. Wang, your worry about them falling in love too early is impossible." The dean was silent for a moment. I think he must have felt that he was a big victim at this time. The other students also came to their senses. So Lu Ing is Song Yun's biological brother. No wonder he took her to play games. The dean was mainly in charge of the issue of premature love. So after Lu Ing I work weird of our premature love relationship, he was busy meeting the eldest brother. When Lucy Ming and I returned to the classroom, our classmates greeted us warmly like a spring breeze. "Oh my God, Yun, I didn't expect Lucy Ming to be your brother. Everyone in your family is really good looking, and your eldest brother is actually Lu Ziyi. And you let me go to your house to play on the weekend. The girls who regarded me as a thorn in their eyes yesterday now wanted to be my sister-in-law one by one. Oh no, to be more precise, they wanted to be my sister-in-law. And even Wang Zhu tried to force a smile at me. Yun, you are so silly. Why didn't you tell us that your brother is Lu Ziyi? I looked up at him then. I told Wang Zhu's smile froze, and I continued to look at him. "Speaking of which, Wang Zhu, do you like my third brother Lu Ing and want to be my sister-in-law?" Wang Zhu didn't expect that I would speak his mind so bluntly, and his face turned pale. I smiled and said again, "Then, I tell you, you have no chance at all. After all, we have lived under the same roof and have been together for so many years. I have roughly figured out the taste of my third brother. He likes soft girls, not Wang Zhu's type." So, I was telling the truth, but Wang Zhu thought that I was targeting him on purpose. He was so angry that his face turned red. "Song Yun, what are you proud of?" he screamed. "You and Lu Ning are indeed siblings, but what about Lu Yuanzi? It must be true that Lu Yuanzi went to the hotel with you. You are so young and so indecent. Let's see how netizens tear you apart." When Wang Zhu said that, I suddenly remembered that in addition to my third brother, I also had a scandal with my second brother. I turned on my phone and found that in just 1 hour, this matter had already exploded on the internet. Some fans of my second brother had already started to madly expose me online, using all kinds of dirty words and even photos of my deceased brother. Wang Zhu was still talking to my third brother in a delicate way. "Xin Ing, I'm not saying anything, Yun. It's just that she's so young, and she went to the hotel with another man. Isn't it not good? Don't your eldest brother care about it?" Wang Zhou is obviously trying to discredit my image in front of Lu Ing, and even didn't hesitate to sacrifice the reputation of her idol Lu Yuan's EHI. It turns out that she really loves Lu Ing, but Lu Ing just looked at him with an expression of looking at a mentally retursion. Then we suddenly heard a classmate exclaimed, "Wait, Lu Yuanzi issued a statement." Wang Zhu looked disapproving. "It's just a meaningless nonsense statement, right? Their studio is like this." It's definitely not a nonsense statement. The classmate looked up at me in shock. My God, Yun Yun, Lu Yuan Hi is also your brother. Wang Zai froze and then looked up suddenly. What did you say? The classmate directly released the video. The video was my second brother Lu Yuan's Hi. Dear fans and netizens, hello. First of all, I'm very sorry because my private affairs have occupied public resources. But this matter is a misunderstanding from beginning to end. The girl in the video is not my girlfriend, nor is she a fan I played with. She is my biological sister. We have been separated for many years and have only recently reunited. I hope everyone will not disturb my family's peaceful life. Lu Yuanzh I also said a lot of official nonsense, but Wang Zhu obviously couldn't listen to him anymore. He just looked pale and trembling lips at me. Brother Yuanzi, I is also your biological brother. I smiled at him sweetly. Yes, and I tell you about this. The last trace of blood on Wanzu's face faded, and I saw deep regret in his eyes. Of course, he regretted it. After all, he found out that the person he offended was actually the sister of the boss, the sister of the object of his secret love, and the sister of his idol. But I planned to make her agree. I immediately answered and dashed straight to the point. Hey, second brother, have you found out where that photo came from? As soon as these words came out, I saw Wang Zu's face turn panicky. We've checked it out, my second brother said immediately. You're right, this photo was indeed taken by a fan we met that day, and the people in the fan group have already found out his identity. His name seems to be Wang Zu. The fan group should have kicked him out. I smiled slightly, not surprised. Or to be more precise, I had long guessed that it was Wang Zu who leaked the photos to the paparazzi, because one of the photos accidentally captured the photographer's own cuffs, and the lace pattern was the dress Wang Zu wore that day. So I told my second brother to ask in the fan group. After asking this, the other fans who were with Wang Zu that day naturally recognized her. Words spread from 1 to 10 and from 10 to 100. All of Lu Yuan's fans immediately knew that it was Wang Zu who leaked the photos. You know, fans are the most lethal in the world. Animals. Wang Zu actually dared to expose such photos of her idol. What will happen next? Sure enough, as I expected, Wang Zu was soon besieged by the fans of my second brother. Don't underestimate the charm of my second brother, not to mention netizens. There are countless fans of my second brother in our school alone. Everyone didn't go to the extent of school violence against Wang Zu, but just some discussions were enough to make the fragile Wang Zu unbearable. A week later, Wang Zu collapsed. He came to me crying, Song Yun Yun, I beg you, go and tell them to let me go. You are Lu Yuan's biological sister. As long as you speak for me, they will definitely let me go. But I was expressionless. Wang Zu, I suddenly asked, do you know that your grandfather kept calling your name before he died? Wang Zu's tears stopped, and it was obvious that she didn't know why I asked this. I continued, your grandfather was ill for a long time at that time and was in great pain. The doctors advised him to give up, but he kept enduring in order to wait to see you for the last time. But what about you? No matter how many times he called you, you refused to go back to the countryside to see them. Your grandfather thought you were busy with your studies, but now I know. You disliked the countryside and didn't want to go back. Even if that was the grandfather who raised you since childhood, even if his last wish was to see you, you didn't want to go back. Wang Zhou cried and couldn't speak. And I looked at him coldly. Wang Su, I still remember that you were very kind when you were a child, but you forgot your original intention after entering the city. I hate you like this, so I won't help you. You have to bear the consequences of your mistakes. After saying that, I didn't look at Wang Zu again and turned back to the classroom. When I passed the corridor, I saw myself in the reflection of the window. A few months later, I was completely different from the me in the countryside. I had a beautiful hairstyle, nice clothes, and even started to learn makeup. I seemed to have become a different person, but I knew very well that I was still me. I would never forget where I came from, and I would never deny my past like Wang Zu did. I will always be Song Yun Yun.